Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Tellerino, CEO of K9 for Veterans. Tonight, I've got two really amazing guests with me. I've got Brian and Sal. They're the owners of Gun Barrel Coffee. Um,
Everybody. Hey,
got,
everybody.
Hi. Listen, do me a favor. Tell me how you started this organization.
What is it now? I can remember
7 years.
It's 7 years. I can't believe it's 7 years. It's gone by.
Who came up with the idea?
Sal and I were talking. He wanted to do coffee. He had some experience with coffee. We'd had a business together before this. We started talking about, let's make our next business something we're really passionate about. We're both truly passionate about coffee. We had enough bitching between us about bad coffee all the time. So let's see if we can make some good coffee. So
your coffee is amazing.
The idea from the beginning was let's do a business to support veterans and first responders, right? So that was the first idea, was let's do that. And then now let's find a business we can do to go do that with. After talking about everything, looking at different things, like both have some passion about coffee. Sal had some experience, had roasted in the past with his family. My grandfather roasted coffee, so thought coffee. We started researching it, figuring out what it was to get in the business, get started. We went around and investigated. We spent about a year and a half kind of hammer it out, figuring out the name, what we're going to do, the theme, what we wanted to accomplish.
I love the name.
Mixing.
Year and a half making Sal, working on blends, being the ultimate roast master, coming up with what works, making sure I had right flavors, smooth coffee, get rid of the acid, the bitterness. It took a lot of work.
A lot of taste testing and throwing some stuff out.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, your coffee, I drink it all the time. It's absolutely the best coffee. If anybody's looking for a great cup of coffee, they really need to reach out and try yours. I drink it all the time. In fact, when I was there, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, I took some coffee with me, and I brought it to the new training center, and everybody says, "Oh man, this coffee is great. What kind is this?" I said, "It's Gun Barrel Coffee.
Yeah,
Top shelf, top of the line." Okay, your organization, Gun Barrel Coffee, you sponsor and donate a lot of money from your proceeds to other veteran organizations. That's amazing. I mean, that you put that much into helping other veterans.
yeah. I
Now,
mean,
Sal, you're a veteran yourself, right?
correct.
So I'm sorry.
A veteran of Iraq Freedom.
Yes. So it's amazing, what you're giving back to the veterans. It really is. We were just in there last Saturday, and you called me up and said, I'd like you to come in. We've been collecting donations for you. We got some money for you. Would you mind coming in? I said, oh my God, we couldn't wait to come in there. So when I got there, we talked and chatted. Then you handed me the check.
Brian handed a check. I just sat there and looked good.
You just sat there and looked good, right?
Yeah, that's it.
The thing is though, Mike, the money's not from us. It's from the people who buy our coffee. That's who
Right.
That's who donates all the money, because we could donate $1 of every item we sell to those veteran and first responder. So we collect that all year long. We also do donations all year long to different organizations. They're having raffles, so we give away a lot of coffee. Last year, we gave away over $5,000 in coffee to raffles.
Wow.
And then we collect cash on top of that, right? But it's from our supporters, who are the ones who jump at the chance to help raise the support for these organizations. So all Sal and I put into his labor. 4 years ago, we dumped all of our personal savings in to get the business going. We were donating even when we were losing money. I think that's been our credo since we started, is even if we're losing money, we're still going to donate. Otherwise, there's no point having the business, right? That's the first and foremost. That's the mission. So everything else is what it is. But if we can't donate, then we're not going to be in business.
There's not many organizations like yours that are reaching back and giving back to our veterans. So kudos to you for what you're doing. I mean, it's, that check that I picked up, if you wouldn't mind saying how much.
Well, we donated $2,500 to K9 for Veterans, and
amazing.
We did 4 big checks like that, and throughout the whole year we give donations. I mean, I don't know how much we gave away last year. I don't remember.
It was almost stuff. We were like 15,000 last year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Close. Oh no, last year was a little bit less because of the COVID, so it was a little bit less
the,
than that.
the whole economy thing kind of.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. When I looked at that check, I had to do a double take because, to be honest with you, when I thought I was going to go in there, I thought, okay, be a nice donation. Anything we get from any organization is greatly appreciated. Don't get me wrong, but when I seen the size of that check, I had to do a double take because.
But Mike, the truth is this: it's nothing compared to what the expense you guys spend on these veterans. So when you give them a service dog, you take care of their medical costs, their training for the feeding for the rest of the dog's life. It's so incredible. Sal and I were both so blown away by that. It's why we jumped. It's why we collect all year long for you in our shop.
Right.
The buckets out there, like there's not that 2,500 we know is not even a dent or a thought in what the amount of money you guys spend to make this stuff happen.
Our thought process was sort of like yours in the beginning. You can't give a service dog to a veteran and say, here's another mouth to feed or another potential medical bill. And if you've owned a dog, you know how much medical bills could be for that animal if it gets sick. Oh, yeah. So it doesn't do any good to give anybody a service dog and say, here, now you got to stress out about how you're going to feed it, how you're going to take care of the medical needs. Vaccinations alone are outrageous today.
Yeah.
I mean, so we just wanted to take that out of the equation. We did. Yeah.
I mean, the last time my dog went just for like routine stuff, we were like $400 just for like the routine yearly thing was like the shots and the checkup was like $400.
And heartworm pills.
Wow. Every month with that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You take medicine on a monthly basis. My God.
We've got 76 dogs through our program that we provide medical and dog food for. And dog food, just like everything else, has went up. What we were paying $40, $45 a bag for, now we're paying $65, some cases $80 a bag.
It's insane. It's insane.
I mean, but again, we do it because we want to make this a gift to the veterans, not something they need to stress on. Right. Okay. I talked to Zoe Kreiner.
Right.
And she had nothing but praise to talk about you guys, how you helped her. So you're helping a lot of organizations. I mean, you really are.
Yeah, we help Zoe with Support Over Stigma. We did the Lamont Fire Department.
Yeah, they have an awesome group called Fire Buddies.
Yeah,
where they help kids that are kind of going through it. They help their parents. It's amazing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we make connections all the time. So, like I said, I always feel like no matter how much we do, there's always somebody out there like yourselves, Support Stigma, these other organizations who are doing more than we are. So no matter how much we do, there's always more to get done. There's these other organizations that are phenomenal. A lot of them are just purely volunteering all their time to go do this and bending over backwards to help in any way they can. So we're always blown away by that. We're excited and happy to donate to organizations like yours, like Zoe's Support Over Stigma. We did the Canine Sheriffs,
the Kane County
Sheriffs,
because
those dogs live off of donations. The state doesn't fund that,
right?
And the Fire Buddies. So then we work with so many organizations all year long. We find organizations that need help.
Yeah, schools asking for donations. Different veteran groups, for raffles.
But
so
Canine couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for organizations like yours that contribute back to help veterans. What you're giving to us allows us to continue to do what we do. So without your help, in organizations like yours, we couldn't do what we do. So God bless you for what you do for our veterans.
You do quite a bit too for raising money for your organization too. I mean, you're out there hustling. You're out there doing all these, events, showing up, saying hi, talking to people, and then boom, you're off to the next thing. I'm like, Jesus, is this guy asleep?
Yeah, I know. We're opening another training center in Joliet. Tomorrow is the grand opening.
Yeah. And
Channel 2 is going to be there. Channel 5 is going to be there to film it. And it'll air on the news tomorrow night. And hopefully that will draw some attention to what our veterans are suffering with this PTSD. We're losing 22 veterans a day. These service dogs, I'm happy to say that in the 76 dogs that we've had in our program, we have not lost one veteran to suicide. So we're really proud of that. These dogs are never gonna cure PTSD, But Sal, and if you've owned a dog, you know what these dogs mean to you.
Oh yeah, me and Brian, we both own dogs. He's owned dogs for a long time. I've had dogs since I was a kid.
Yeah.
They become like part of your family, right?
Yeah. After we lost our last one, I was like, we're gonna take a break for a while.
I know.
It was about 3. I think we made it 2.5 months. He called me one day. He's like, we're going to Anderson. We're going to this pet thing. We're gonna go get a cat. I'm like, we'll go just to look. I mean, I knew we were coming home with a dog that day.
You're not going there to look. Who are you kidding?
Well, I'm like, my kids fell in love. I'm like, I missed having a dog so much.
I know.
Right? It's like you don't realize how important they are in every day of your life. So imagine you got PTSD.
They're always happy to see you.
Right.
You know, they're just you're with you constantly. How people could say when somebody loses a dog, well, it was just a dog.
Yeah.
No, it's not just a dog. It's a family member.
It's a family member, man. My God.
Yeah,
Exactly.
all the time.
I don't get how people could feel that way. Obviously, they never had a dog.
Yeah.
To understand, what it is to be loved by an animal. And, my Samantha, she's, I lost Greta, my original service dog, like 4 years ago. Then I got Sam, and like you, Brian, I wasn't sure I wanted another service dog.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was ready for one.
Yep.
And then Greta happened to be brought to the training center by someone who had to give her up because he was moving in with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend didn't want the dog. Well, for me, I'd have kicked her ass to the curb.
Yeah.
Right? She'd have been gone.
Yeah.
Anybody, that doesn't have compassion for an animal, and, I just don't get it. I hope I never get it,
Yeah.
Well, it's just like what they say, you can, if you take your significant other, put them in the trunk with the dog, which one is going to be happy to see you once you open up the trunk of the car? It's going to be the dog.
I could be gone 5 minutes, and Sam goes with me everywhere.
Yeah.
But if I do leave her home, if I'm just going to run out, I could be gone 5 minutes or 5 hours. I walk through that door, she's just bouncing up and down, and just, she sniffs my legs to make sure I wasn't around any other dog.
Yeah.
Right? Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
My dog likes when I come home from the shop though because I smell like coffee. When we've been down here roasting, she's all over me. She's like,
when I walked into your shop on Saturday, the smell, oh my God, permeates the whole room. I mean, how can you not like that? I mean, it's just an amazing gift with you. Tell us what your future plan. Where would you like to see Gun Barrel Coffee go from here? What are your future plans?
I mean, right now we've been building bigger corporate accounts. We're at Woodman's grocery store. We're working on larger corporate accounts. It's the only way we're gonna get to the point. I think ultimately what we really want to do. So the best days for us in the shop are at the end of the year when we get to have you guys out and we get to give you guys the checks. We get to give you the big check. That's the most fun. Sal and I look forward to that like all year long. Like we're so excited about it. We sit down at the end of the year. We're sitting down like who we're going to give the money to. So that's what we look forward to. I think ultimately, I love the business. I love being out seeing the people, but I'd rather run around and just work with charities. I'm sure Sal would too. Is like just run around and give big checks away to charities all year long. I want to go play in the charity golf tournament and have a big check at the end, right?
And to a point where we grow that we can actually hire other veterans to come work and have a support system here. Because I mean, there's times where we'll have 3 or 4 veterans here, and just us BSing with each other. I mean, that's what we're doing, and you make good friends that way. It's like being at the VFW or the Legion, but you're here drinking some coffee.
Right. Coffee is just good for everything. I mean, I couldn't imagine starting my day without coffee.
I don't know how those who don't.
It's the first thing I do anymore. First thing I do is get up, run downstairs, and grab coffee.
And I'm not saying this because of your donation, but I'm going to tell you, anybody that's looking for a great cup of coffee, you got a great formula. You really do. Whoever came up with that blend, I mean, they got to try it. Why don't you tell the people that are going to watch this podcast how they can find your coffee?
Gunbarrelcoffee.com. So www.gunbarrelcoffee.com. We're on Amazon. So if you're Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. We're on Etsy.
Yep. You
can find us on mammothnation.com. If you're local to us, we're in Batavia. So if you're up in the McHenry County area. We're at Carpentersville, Woodman's there. We're at North Aurora, Woodman's here. We're at Gat Guns in Elgin. We're at Fox Valley Shooting Range in Elgin. Article 2 in McHenry.
Range
Wow.
355,
Range 355.
Lamont.
Vermont. Yep. I don't want to forget anybody, so I'm trying to think of all of them because we're so random ones. We work with a lot of little local retailers because we offer them a
Geneva Ace Hardware.
Geneva Ace Harbor. Yep.
Geneva Ace Hardware.
We offer a great opportunity for big margin in a small space. We work
Right.
with these, we want to support them. We want to give, we're not, hey, you get 10%. We're there to make them money and give them an opportunity to help us raise money. So there's a lot of sources. Oh, for all your listeners here on this show, if at checkout on our website, if you use the code K910, so K910, you'll get 10% off your order.
Really?
So, yeah, what we'll do, Mike, too, is anybody use that code, we'll keep track of that all year long, and we'll donate, 10% of that to you guys at the end of next year too.
That's
We're going to
amazing.
generate some extra donations on top of what we're already collecting for you.
You guys have a huge
Something to help
heart.
support. Hopefully we can give you a bigger check next year.
And we're at some other mom and pop stores across the nation too.
Basic Meats.
Pace it.
Basic, yep, up in Elgin. But so go on our website and look. You'll see we're probably local to you somewhere too. Then follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Sal and I do a trade show, a charity event every weekend somewhere, just about.
Really?
The only time we're not is when we're in January, February. We slow down just a little bit.
Thank
But
God.
most of the rest of the summer, we don't take weekends off. We work from now till last year is the weekend before Christmas. We didn't have a weekend off. We're at a show, or then during the week we go do charity events. Weekends we do them. We're somewhere every weekend somewhere. You'll find us.
And you're constantly promoting veterans and your coffee.
Oh yeah.
Veterans and first responders.
In your store, I was walking around your store, and first of all, your store is really unique. You got a little bit of everything there. But I've noticed that you have other veteran organization products that you're selling in your store. So it's not about coming to your store and all about Gun Barrel. It's about there's other things that people could purchase that you're allowing them to sell in your store.
Yeah, we have Core Spice. They donate to you guys too. We have Charlie Mike's beef jerky. We have Patriotic Frog here, Patriot Popcorn, some Alpha Outpost products, Red Glare Jewelry here. We got a couple other jewelry people here, PTSD Woodworks.
Yeah.
So it's like a little mall type thing here.
It is. Really.
There is no place to sit down, just in case people are wondering. It's not a sit down place. But one day that will be down the line. That will come around probably.
We had space, so we were able to give a venue to these other veteran businesses to let them sell their goods and get some notoriety and get people to find them.
They help us, we help them.
Yeah.
One hand washes the other.
It's a very tight knit community amongst veterans, and every veteran owned company we run into has done everything to help us be successful, and so we owe it back all the time.
But you got a great product too. I mean, it's not like you're selling something that if you try it once, you're not going to go back. You try your coffee one time, you're hooked.
Well, with our coffee, we do blends. So, I mean, how many different ways can you roast a Colombian coffee? I mean, here, our Colombian coffee is great this way. This Colombian coffee, I'm like, it tastes like a Colombian coffee. I mean, we've gone to so many different shows where, these, nothing against them, but there's only so many ways you can roast a Colombian coffee. So we like to take it and make it more complicated, right? Because anybody can do a single source, but you're trying to get those flavors of different origins of coffee into making a blend. It takes a little tweaking and taste testing.
You gotta be a scientist for that.
Almost, yeah. Measurements and stuff like that. And I suck at math, but somehow I make it work.
That's two of us.
Yeah.
That's why I have a bookkeeper. Yeah. No, you guys are doing some amazing things. I'm so honored to have been a part of that donation that you chose, K9. And again, that check was amazing. I mean, I walked in and I'll say it again, I had to do a double take. You know, I mean, and again, we couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for your organization and other organizations giving back to the veterans. I just wish there was more, you know.
We always wish there was more that we can donate to, but it all comes from the people that
Right.
support us so we can support you guys.
What is your biggest seller?
Me. It's always me.
Do you have one?
Yeah. Our Hua, which is our medium blend. Zero Dark 30 is our dark roast. Space Force is our medium bold, right in between.
Right.
I like the dark roast.
Those are like the three big ones that and we have a great espresso and little Rocket Man. And then we have a high quality bean blend.
You do K cups and the ground.
And beans.
So, and beans.
Yeah, we keep it all whole beans, and then on request we'll grind it because it'll stay fresher longer that way.
Yep. When you order at the website, you can order K cups. You can have it ground any way you want. We do bulk. We do 5-pound bags, 3-pound bags.
Really?
We support restaurants. Okay, 5.
I don't have food yet.
But
So
your
your coffee's in restaurants too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
We have 3 places we're into here in Geneva, 1 in Ohio. Cafe uses it. We have another person working out in Iowa towards having a cafe. We got another one down in Texas who wants to use it as they want to build a gun barrel cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that could be our first cafe.
That's
The hope
awesome.
is,
If it happens.
the hope is as we get in front of more people, we just generate more donations.
Now you've
Right.
been doing this 7 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, from
We started out in his 3-season room.
And
Oh.
where?
His 3-season room on the back of his house. You know, little 3-season room.
Yeah,
I think
where?
it's 8 by 10. No, it's not 8. It's 8 by 10 maybe. We were climbing over each other to roast coffee, stack coffee, store coffee.
going up and down the stairs.
Up and down the stairs, man.
It was, I'm still finding coffee beans
Yeah.
in the basement and the 3-season room.
We'd load from a show. We'd bring big Rubbermaid bins full of coffee up from the basement. It's like 20 stairs, then out through the kitchen, out through the garage, down the stairs into the car. I was
Oh my
spending. I
God.
was at his house every night till midnight, 1 o'clock. And like
You don't
his
need
wife
a
and
help
kids were there,
club. You don't need a help
Yeah,
club
we were-
doing all that.
We were still working full-time jobs.
Are you really, both of you guys?
I'm not. So I was able to go full time here.
Yeah.
I'm still working the full time job.
Okay.
We're getting there. I mean, we see the opportunity we missed because we can't all just work full time. So we're playing that. Luckily, we've had some great people who are other veterans come in and help us and help carry the load when we get spread thin. They watch the shop when we have to go to a show. They watch shop when we have to go to an event. So we've been really lucky to have a lot of veterans who just have come in and have wanted to do everything to help us. So without their support, we'd be dead in the water.
Yeah.
You know, so we've been really blessed and lucky with that.
All about teamwork. It really
Oh
is.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Especially Larry and Joe and even the sergeant major.
Yeah.
Newt.
Yeah.
He they come and help us. The wives.
The
have
wives.
come and-
Yeah, they do a lot.
Yeah.
My wife does all of our books. She's our CEO. So his wife does all the get everything we need stuff. So
Right.
plus they watch our kids for us so we can be on the road and gone for 5 days a week. You know, it's
Wow.
crazy.
You know, volunteers and people that are there to help you grow, you can't replace them. I mean, our team of volunteers in the past 2 weeks with this new training center, I beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they washing walls, painting, you name it, they were doing, and they do it so willingly.
Yeah.
You know, they want to help our veterans. And these most of them that are volunteers aren't even veterans, but yet they understand the importance of what our veterans sacrificed to
Yeah.
so we could do what we do. And when we have 22 veterans a day committing suicide, I still don't quite understand how we allow that to happen. I don't get it. You know, we're willing to do everything for everybody else, but not take care of the people who took care of us and gave us our ultimate freedom. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't get it. But you know, we need to step up and do something more for our veterans. We really do. I mean, it just amazes me what we're not doing for our veterans and what we could be doing for them and what we're doing for everybody else, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's crazy if you think about it, that 22 number a day is way too high, right? But it's only able to stay at 22 because of the stuff that organizations like yours are doing. So imagine without all this volunteer help, all this
No.
actual, all these chairs are doing, how ridiculously high that number would be. So the 22 is upsetting. Take away all the organizations like yourself that get it to keep it that low. And what would it really be? Then you can see what our government's really not doing for our veterans, because that number would be in the hundreds probably. And that'd
Right.
be a really disgusting number. So it's people like yourself, organizations like yourself, all the ones we work with, who do things to keep that number at 20, just to hold it down at 22.
Right.
And they're holding it down at 22. If someone says, why isn't it getting better? Because you're doing everything you can to hold it down to 22. That's how
Right.
that's how important the situation. That's how desperate the situation is. That's how much help is needed. That's how much support is needed. So I told you how much more active our veterans need support, because it takes all this massive amount of manpower, effort, money, just to hold that number.
You know, I've always said that we've learned our lesson from the way we treated our veterans from the Vietnam era. I mean, and I think it was a great lesson, because at least today there is a lot of great organizations out there doing a lot of great things for our veterans. Back in the 70s during the Vietnam War, our veterans come home and they were shunned on. They were just treated wrong.
Yeah.
On
My
every
dad didn't even talk about being a Vietnam veteran until well into the late 80s. Like his friends that he had, we knew, but it wasn't a topic of conversation like it is now today, right? Now people come up and say thank you for your service. That didn't happen with Vietnam veterans even in the early 80s. Even
No.
and not in the mid 80s it didn't happen. So that was like, it took till Desert Storm popped up to give back respect to the Vietnam veterans who hadn't made the sacrifice. It took
Right.
for the level of patriotism to come back and realize. So what the real shame is, a lot of Vietnam veterans didn't get the support that a lot of veterans get today. Thank God, that the support's there. So you saw what damage it did to them. If you've been to any VA, spent some time in the hospital there, you can see what they're dealing with, the damages they're really
Oh, it's terrible.
right, physical, mental, health wise. It's just a massive amount of stuff. So it's never enough, but thank God for the support that is there today. That
When they asked me to host that show on Comcast Operation Honor, they said, we can do one about canine and service. What a minute. How many shows can you do about a service dog helping a veteran? Really?
Right.
I says, what we really need is a show out there that are bringing on people just like Gun Barrel Coffee that are doing exceptional things for our veterans that nobody knows about unless we tell them. The VA's not going to tell us anything. They don't sell. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
They don't, they're not going to tell you where you can go for this or where you can go get help with that. No. So it's the best kept secret. So with the TV show, I'm able to bring on guests like yourself and Brian, to let people know what you're doing and how you're helping. And hopefully that'll give other companies the incentive to do the same thing. But again, we couldn't do what we do without your help.
And vice versa too.
Right. As organizations like yourself to help support us, bring awareness to us, that makes it possible to do what we do and raise the funds we do and have the success we're having.
Guys, because I'm going to air this on Comcast TV, I got to keep it down. We got about a minute to go. So I want you to give everybody where they can find you, contact information, whatever you think is pertinent, so they can buy some of that great coffee.
So you can always come see us at our shop in Batavia.
4 West Wilson.
Guys, on our website, www.gunbarrelcoffee.com. Don't forget to use code K910.
Yes, that's important. Don't forget that code.
Yeah, we'll post it too. Amazon, Prime members get free shipping. Mammoth Nation, Etsy, all your local stores. Check our website. You'll see us on the local stores. You can find us through Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
Twitter.
Twitter.
And it is 4 West Wilson, Suite A3. We're
Right.
behind the building in the basement.
We're on the backside.
Backside.
People for 5 years tell us they can't find us. We're on the backside of the building.
I've been there twice. Okay.
You got lost on the way here.
And I had to call you.
Follow the signs. I swear we have big signs on every corner pointing. You just got to watch for the signs. If you don't know they're there, then look for signs.
But I'm going to tell anybody that is looking for a great cup of coffee, They need to search you out because they will not be. And I'm not saying that because you made a great donation. Your coffee, I'm going to tell you, legitimately 101%. It's the best I've had. It really is, bar none, hands down.
Thank
I
you.
love your
Thank you.
coffee. And guys, take care of yourself.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mike.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for what you do.
No, thank you for doing what you're doing for our veterans. I
Oh.
mean, it's really a great thing you're doing. Thank you. Anything we could do to make life easier for our veterans, I think we all need to pitch in and do, because they deserve a lot more than they're getting. And you're doing an amazing thing for them. So God bless both you, Brian and Sal, for supporting K9 and other organizations, that are helping veterans. Just an amazing gift. Thank you so much, guys.
Have a great
Have a
evening.
great
Have a good
evening,
evening.
and we'll do this again.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Sounds good.
Thanks you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.